Hear my cry, O God, attend unto my prayer. From the end of the earth do I cry unto thee. And when my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I, that is higher than I. Shabbat Shalom, brothers and sisters. Psalms 130. Out of the depths I have cried to thee, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let thine ears be attentive to the voice of my supplications. If thou, Lord, should have marked iniquities, O Lord, who could stand? But there is forgiveness with thee, that thou mayest be feared. I wait for the Lord. My soul does wait, and in his word do I hope. My soul waits for the Lord more than the watchman for the morning. Indeed, more than the watchman for the morning. O Israel, O beloved ones, O waiting bride, O Israel, hope in the Lord, for with the Lord there is loving kindness, and with him is abundant redemption. And he will redeem Israel from all his iniquities. Go back up to verse 6, and I want you to note something with me. My soul waits for the Lord more than the watchman for the morning. The watchman for the morning. He says that twice. There is a question about the morning in the book of Isaiah. And it also is a question that's asked twice. And it has to do with the watchman. Isaiah chapter 21, beginning at verse 1. The oracle concerning the wilderness of the sea. As windstorms in the Negev sweep on. These are dangerous storms. You don't want to be caught in one of these storms. These are life-threatening storms. These are wreck your day real good storms. It comes from the wilderness, from a terrifying land. A harsh vision has been shown to me. For those who are and have been called to be watchmen in these waning moments of this age. And as you look at the unfolding events of our day, and as you attempt to understand them and define them and interpret them, what many of us are beginning to see, we're looking and we're seeing beyond the rapture. And it's not a pretty sight. It comes from a terrifying land. It's a harsh vision. It's a troubling vision. It's a disturbing vision. The treacherous one still deals treacherously, and the destroyer still destroys. Go up, Elam, lay siege, Media. I have made an end of all the groaning she has caused. As the end is here, the end is near, the end is upon us, and it's not a pretty sight. For this reason, loins are full of anguish. Pains have seized me like the pains of a woman in labor. What he's saying is, I'm as I see this, I'm experiencing not only it in my vision, but I'm experiencing it in myself, in my person, and it's unlike anything I have ever experienced. I'm so bewildered, I cannot hear, so terrified, I cannot see. My mind reels, horror overwhelms me. The twilight I long for has been turned for me into trembling. They set the table, they spread out the cloth, they eat, they drink. Rise up, captains. Oil the shields. I see the captains rising up. I see the shields being oiled. I see the ships being sent. I see the soldiers being mustered. I see the planes and the tanks. I see the nations readying themselves. For thus the Lord says to me, go station the lookout. Let him report what he sees. If you are a watchman, God has stationed you. God has positioned you among your friends and your family and your neighbors and you are the lookout, and you are only to report what you see. If you see something, say something. Well, and if you don't see anything, you can't say anything. Go station the lookout. Let him report what he sees. And then look at verse 7. When he sees riders, horsemen in pairs, a train of donkeys, a train of camels, let him pay close attention. Very close attention. Not only is this lookout stationed and told or commanded to report what he sees, he's told specifically and exactly what to look for. And when he sees riders, horsemen in pairs, train of donkeys and camels, then pay close attention. Pay very close attention. Then the lookout called, "O Lord, I stand continually by day on the watchtower, and I am stationed every night at my guard posts." Now behold, look at verse 9. Here comes a troop of riders, horsemen in pairs. In other words, I've been diligent in my assignment. You've called me. As a lookout, you stationed me. You've gifted me. And I've been faithful in discharging those gifts, whether it been dreams or prophecies or visions or teaching or encouragement. Whatever the gifting is, I've been faithful on it. But now I'm seeing what you told me to look for specifically. Riders, horsemen in pairs. And one answered and said, "Fallen is Babylon, and all the images of her gods are shattered on the ground. O my threshed people and my afflicted of the threshing floor, what I have heard from the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, I make known to you." The oracle concerning Edom, one keeps calling to me from Seir. And here's the double question that I was referring to when we started off reading in Psalms 130. Watchman, how far gone is the night? Watchman, how far gone is the night? In other words, watchman, give us a report. How much night do we have left? How far gone is the night? What time is it? The watchman says in verse 12, morning comes, but also night. The watchman says, morning comes, but also night. What a very intriguing response. We're going to delve a little bit deeper into this response because the watchman seems to push and not even address the question, how far gone is the night? How much night is left? The watchman says, morning is coming. There's not much night left. But night is coming again. Watchman, what do you see coming? Oh, I see that the morning is coming, but I see something darker than dark on the horizon. What of the night?